I don't want to be on camera that much today, but I feel like if I get a video out now, it gives me a little bit more time to kind of collect myself and go again with Youth Squad Legends. Um, what a depressing day! What an awful day! Wow, yeah. I've just been sitting here like in total bemusement, not really knowing what to do, other than take the pictures down and take the Man United pendant off my neck. Um, yeah, I'm sure you know by now. I don't really want to repeat it, but there's a European Super League. They're proposing, they're breaking away from the European Club Association, which means that we potentially might not be able to play European football, like proper European football, ever again. And that also could have implications with domestic leagues as well. And, well, there's no good to come of it. There's no good to come of it, apart from lining the pockets of the owners. And it might sound, it might be difficult to take on board what I'm about to say, but it's absolutely because they come from a different culture. The American way of thinking and the American sports, there is no real implications for being terrible as a team. It's like, oh, we'll just go again next season because you're always guaranteed to be there. Now, that's just not how it. That's just not how it is in football, and it's the beauty of why football is so brilliant in the first place. That any team can make it. Any team can play any team in the FA Cup. How beautiful's that? The underdog story is Leicester City winning the Premier League. That was outstanding as an achievement. I don't think people have not let it sink in yet. It's so difficult to sink in. It's so difficult to sink in. My club, Manchester United. Alright. I live in Sheffield, okay? And I probably should have grown up supporting one of them clubs, but it was just at the right time. And my granddad, my father figure, allowed me to just support who I wanted to support. Alright? So I grew up being a lifelong Manchester United fan. My club, right now, owned by people that clearly don't understand the history of the club, are turning their back on things that they should never turn their back on. In 1958, a plane slid off the runway in Munich, carrying the Manchester United team from a game from Red Star Belgrade, I think. I think I recall it. This is all off the top of me head. They were one of the first English clubs, if not the first English club, to really push for a European competition to show that they were the best in Europe. The FA didn't really like the idea and wanted them to come back for the Saturday 3 p.m. kickoff, which forced them to try and take off in really terrible conditions. Players died. We're not joking around here. Players died to represent, well, I mean, obviously they didn't choose to die, but they were representing their club to prove in Europe that they were the best. Alright? There was no guarantees. They wanted to show it by beating every single team. And that is the magic of football. I'm thankful that I've been able to witness my club twice technically, but like when in '99 I couldn't really like grasp the magnitude. But in 2008, I was able to really appreciate what we'd just done in winning the Champions League. We had shown by beating every other team that we were the best around. And you can't get that same feeling with a European Super League where, 12, 15 teams that are guaranteed to be there every single year. There is no sense. And Man United have had a terrible 8 or so years since Ferguson left. A terrible 8 or so years. But since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's come in, there's been a sense that things are going in the right direction. And finishing second here, catching up with City, gave everyone hope. It gave everyone hope around the football club that this was progress. Every season domestically, even if we're allowed in the domestic leagues, every season domestically won't even matter. And that will mean that we put weakened sides out domestically. Yet again, if we are allowed domestically. Honestly, I hope we're not. I hope we're banished from the Football League. As much as that kills me to say, I want the integrity of the sport to stay as it is, because you're gonna kill the sport off. You're gonna Americanize the sport, and no fucker wants that to happen. I do apologise for the language. I don't know if I'm gonna bleep it out. I'm not bothered. I'm just not bothered of editing this stuff. I'm not bothered of doing anything at all. You've followed this club for ages. You don't know anything else, and they do that. And you know what? If you've been following the channel for a few years, you'll note that I did upload a video one stage, considering the possibilities of potentially following a different football club, because I didn't like the direction that Manchester United was going in. It just came at the wrong time, because the Manchester bombings were about a couple of days afterwards, and it just didn't feel right. It just did not feel right in me. But God, I nailed it, didn't I? Something is so detached with these clubs. They don't understand how destructive this is to the communities around them. Maybe it's not me. Maybe I get my enjoyment from watching it with my granddad. Right? I don't know how much time I've got left with my granddad, but I enjoy it. Oh, Jesus. I enjoy it. Oh, okay, alright. Yeah. We're good. I enjoy watching it with my granddad. Alright. There's people, families that have been going to Manchester United's, Old Trafford, around that community, for all the life, with the family, generation after generation. And if they will bump up the ticket prices because they're playing Barcelona, Real Madrid every single week. Nobody's going to afford it. It's going to become a tourist only, or just like maybe once every season. And that's if people buy into this. People are not going to buy into this. People are not going to watch Premier League matches. What on earth? What the... It's going to be friendlies. It's going to feel like friendlies. Every single time. Exhibition matches. What's the fucking point of it all? Like, if we win the Europa... I say we. I don't know where I stand on this. Because if Manchester United win the Super League, does it mean anything really? Because we're guaranteed to be in that competition every single time, and if we do well, which I mean, odds are that we'll do well one season. I've got to detach. I've got to detach. I keep on saying we. If United do well in it one season, which by the odds they probably will do at one point, do people celebrate? Do people celebrate that? Like, I know the counter argument, right, is that there are fans in the NFL. They do celebrate winning the the Super Bowl. But it's always been like that. You know what I mean? Like they've not known anything different. They don't know how good it can be. I'm just sick to the back teeth. That's a bit of American culture as well. Isn't it like the Super Bowl winners are classed as the world champions? But there's no world in it. There's no world. It's a closed off competition in North America. There's no world in it. It's about celebrating the fact that you're just there. Not the fact that you're good. You don't prove it. You can't prove that you're best in the world. You probably are because, American football isn't really regarded that highly in other countries. But you can't say it until you prove it. And there's no proving in the Super League. You're just there. You're just always there. I don't know. I don't get what's running through these fuckers' heads. Apart from, it's going to generate so much money. Oh, we're going to be so rich. The whole of football could be have real problems after this all goes through. And without them clubs propping up the Football League, it all could collapse. The owners of the football clubs in question, have risked our participation in European competitions and domestic competitions. The reason why we're in this fucking situation in the first place, they've risked everything to try and benefit themselves. Now, you might not understand the ins and outs of football that much. You might be younger than me. You might live far away from the club that you support. But listen to me very carefully. This is not good for football. This is not good for football. And I implore you, if your club is involved, to seriously think about stopping. Don't mind you, watching the Premier League matches, but do not buy in to this Super League format. Because it could be the destruction of so many football clubs outside of the Super League if people buy into it. And so many communities around. You don't... I worked at a bookmaker's, of course, yeah. It was the one really close to like Hillsborough Stadium, Sheffield Wednesday, and there were so many people who were sick of their jobs, sick of their lives. Really, honestly, like really, really depressed people, but look forward to Saturdays. They absolutely like adored Saturdays because they could get with the mates and they could watch a match at Hillsborough. Yeah, support Sheffield Wednesday and watch a match at Hillsborough. Maybe Sheffield Wednesday, they are a big club. They have got financial problems, but maybe Sheffield Wednesday can survive this onslaught from the elite. But I'm thinking about like the Morecambes. You know what I'm saying? The Newport Counties. Them clubs that are hanging by a fucking thread. Aren't Dover. Like, not. They can't, like, even complete their fixtures at the moment because of a grant that just never happened by the Football Association. I don't know. I'm not completely revised on it. But there are serious clubs struggling already. And this could be a serious, serious nail in the coffin for them. It'll take a few years to really show, like, the problems that this has caused. But if money goes out of the domestic game, there'll be less money going down to the bottom. And that'll be it. Unless there is a complete restructuring, but players would have to accept huge pay cuts, I think. It's just I don't really know what else to say. There is no positives from this, unfortunately, and it's one of the saddest days. It's so sad. It's just so sad. I was making like light of it last night. I was with a couple of people, a few people on a Discord call, and we were having a laugh. We were berating the teams for joining this. But as the night rolled on and it actually sunk in what was happening, the mood just changed. Like, yesterday, Man United just played Burnley in the Premier League. Alright? We kind of struggled to beat them because Burnley are a decent unit. Burnley deserve to be in that league. Yeah? And that could be the last Premier League game that we ever play. We've won the top flight of the English tiering system. We've won the top flight of England 20 times. None of that matters to these guys. None of that matters to the owners of the football club. And it doesn't even surprise me. They've taken $1 billion out the football club since they've owned it. Maybe even it was less than that. I saw a stat, I think it was over a decade's worth. So they've been in charge, what, now 16 years? Over a decade they took $1 billion out the club. They've been sacking managers left, right and centre if they can't get top four. That is mentality of Arsenal. And Arsenal, of course, are involved in this. Every big club, what a surprise, every big club with an American owner seems to be involved with this. I like the NFL. I really do enjoy American football. People have been telling me to get into college football because that's where the real passion lies, and I can understand that. But I don't have time for it, unfortunately. But as a concept, I enjoy the NFL because it's all that they've ever known. The league's just there. And I think it'd be wicked with a relegation and promotion system. But if they don't want to do it, it's fine. It's their game. It's their national sport. That's fine. But for some of their citizens to come over here and dictate what we should be doing. There's a total disconnect. Disillusion that the fans are going to actually buy into this. The fans that buy into this will have no real understanding of what Manchester United stand for in that community, or nationally, or globally. They're big player at the moment. They're apparently the most expensive or most valuable footballer in the world at the moment, Marcus Rashford. If you consider the findings of a certain organisation, I don't know, but he stands for what is good about Manchester United. He's a local lad, doing good for the local community as well. He's got up to this place of importance, and he's using that for social good, for changes, not only in his community but for everybody around the country, for voicing his opinion. Dog's going crazy downstairs. Yeah, but he is a perfect example of what good can come out of a football club. The exact same club is going against all that kind of mentality. It's going to take a hell of a lot of time to let this sink in. A hell of a lot of time. And if I get news, because I know that the other 14 teams of the Premier League right now are having a meeting, and if I get news that Man United have been banished from the Premier League or the Football League, that's... What was the point of everything? What was the point of everything? One of our best songs, like one of my favourite songs from Man United is 20 times Man United. It's a great song. Because not only is it catchy, it just shows how good we've been over our club's history as a football club, management, players, everything, that we've won 20 titles and no one else has won 20 titles. That just goes all out the window. In the worst case scenario, and I don't think this is going to happen, they could just rip up the entire history books and say, no, your titles don't matter anymore. I mean, for now, I'm just a football neutral, right? I just want the game to be like it is. This channel is built on exactly why football is so magical. We take a League Two side and we take them all the way to being Europe's best team. That is the dream right there, yeah? And I'm a big Man United fan. I will always be a Man United fan. But a Man United fan of a team that holds them beliefs, yeah? Not of this. Not of this. And for now, I'm a neutral, right? Wanting competition to remain in the sport. I felt sick by the time that I head to bed. I didn't sleep for another 2 hours. I was just tossing and turning. Then I decided to take the pendant off. When I woke up, I've taken all my pictures down. My old teddy bear up there, Snowy. He's in tatters. I used to sleep with him for ages. I was I was too old when I decided to finally get rid of sleeping with a teddy bear, yeah. But because I had him around for ages, he is a mess, yeah. He's been restitched like 1,000 times. And we had this little Manchester United like T-shirt to cover up his ugly parts. I've taken that off. Even to like, this is how mad it is. So I got like a bin. It was a perfectly good bin when my great grandmother passed away, and my family was like, "Oh, Curtis needs a bin. We'll take it for him." And I've seen no reason to replace it because it's just a bin that you put like a bottle in, or just easy rubbish. It doesn't look out of place. It doesn't look old fashioned. It's fine. But to spruce it up, I got like these stickers from like I think the Match magazine or something. It was like a shiny Man United sticker. And just to make it look more in place, I stuck it on. This was ages ago. I've peeled it off. I can't bear to look at it right now. And I hope that a day very soon in the future comes where I can put my pictures back up. I put an extra sticker. I put another sticker on the bin. And get that teddy bear its t-shirt back. It's the small things, man. I don't know. You can't. Just by experiencing the magic of football, experiencing like being on the wrong side of the Aguero goal, seeing Troy Deeney smash it in against Leicester, seeing Leicester win the Premier League. Stuff like Birmingham beating Arsenal in the League Cup, wasn't it? Back in the mid-2000s, or Wigan beating Manchester City in the FA Cup. Leeds United beating Manchester United with the Jermaine Beckford goal when they were down in League One or something. These are experiences, good or bad, that show why football is so magic, because for 90 minutes on that pitch you are equals. Mm. Tell me if I'm bang out of order. But right now, it just feels like Man United have sold their soul to compete in some high-profile exhibition matches that will be viewed by plastics that don't truly understand what a football club means to them, or means to many around. The people that consume the Super League are just as self-absorbed or ignorant as the owners that bought into this idea in the first place. I want to get on with YSL as much as as quickly as I possibly can from here. Usually I'm trying to like back off from YSL once I've done an episode, but I want to get into a place as quickly as possible where I want to enjoy football, because I know this is going to take a little bit of time, guys. I'm sure if you support anybody, if you're from England and you support an English team and you've got a real connection, you've probably supported them all your lives, you will know what's going on in my mind at the moment. And I am trying so very hard to get out of that and to just concentrate on all the good stuff. That we've got Harrogate to this place where they're in the Premier League, they play second at the moment. And they're proving that little unit that we've built up, that thank you, Noodle, that we've built up, this core that's working well together, that's beating all the odds. It's just magic. I don't know. I've lost my trail of thought, guys. I'm a big fan of collecting Manchester United kits, and I know from the leaks they've got some wicked ones coming out this next year, and that's pissing me off as well, not being able to get them. But I'm not consuming anything. It is kind of your duty if you want to watch the Super League games, which I'm telling you, do not watch them. But if for some reason none of this has got through, yeah, and if you still want to watch that shit, illegally stream it. Jesus Christ, do not give these guys money. Do not do it. Show them that this is totally wrong. That the best teams are there on merit, and they should be on there on merit alone. You know that. The people in the Champions League deserve to be in the Champions League because they are some of the best teams around. Alright? I personally don't think every league should have 4 slots, or the big league should have 4 slots, but I understand that the competition want to see some of the best teams play in the quarters, semis, and finals. And really, to be honest, some of the leagues are just more competitive and got more quality than, say, the Hungarian league. Apologies to the Hungarian league, right? I understand that bit, yeah? But it's about being the best domestically to even get to there. And to cut them ties off, to just be like, oh, we're just a big club, so we'll always be a big club. And therefore we'll make our own league. See in a bit. That's a disgrace. That is an absolute disgrace. You all should be ashamed. I all told them to go fuck themselves on Twitter. I thought I was going to get banned. I was throwing all the punches. I was happy to get banned. I haven't got banned just yet. They can all go fuck themselves. Genuinely, they can all go and fuck themselves. Take a good, hard look in the mirror and go fuck yourself. How dare you? Like, that's just disrespectful to, like, Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest won 2 Champions Leagues, or the European Cup, when they won it, right? Tottenham have not even got close. Well, maybe. Like, the Champions League final. Arsenal have not won it. How dare them two, right? The cheek on them two. To say, we're good. We're so big. We can join these guys. Fucking Arsenal. Some Arsenal fans might be pissed off that I'm taking the mick a bit, but you've not deserved it. The mentality of your owners, the ambition that your owners showed, has proven that you've not deserved the real high European competitions for a while. Sir Alex Ferguson made United an absolute behemoth. He's the reason, alright? He's the reason for the financial success that Manchester United have got right now. He alone is the reason. Maybe David Gill's got a little bit to do with it, yeah? Maybe. But his success is on the field and the good running of that club to make it a global brand is the reason why these motherfuckers have got into this position in the first place. By him being the best around. Proving year in, year out that Manchester United were better than many of the other English teams. And their proper competitors at that time, Arsenal, are just as guilty in this. It's mind-boggling. The unthinkable has been thought. There's a lot of people like me that just don't know if they can ever support a club as much as what they supported the one that's turned the back on them right now. And I don't think we can. I don't think we can. You can't remove memories. You can't change your heart. But at the same time, you can't support that. So we'll just be neutrals in all of this. And that's just a shame. If we are banished from the Football League, I wish nothing but the best of luck to the 92 participating clubs, really. It's a good chance for those clubs to really think about the positives, and that first Premier League season would be wicked. Because there's hardly anyone that can really control it. Everton, Leicester, they'll have good chances. But we've seen with West Ham, this year West Ham has been brilliant. Anyone can go and win that Premier League. Even, I've not even thought about the idea of, never being able to, dream about Wembley in an FA Cup final. When I was growing up, we had kickabouts. We used to call a game called Wembley, where you'd have to score to progress to the next round. And it would be left with two kids trying to defend and score against each other with a neutral goalkeeper. But that progression, I don't know about these days, because obviously the FA Cup has lost some of its magic. It's like a mini version of what's happening right now, that the Premier League really has just engulfed everything important. But even when I was growing up 20 years ago, getting to an FA Cup final was an occasion. So much so that you'd used to try and replicate on the on your field or your grass near your house. It's what if we just never play in an FA Cup again? That's just them dream third round ties, yeah? Didn't we play Crawley Town recently? Tranmere. I know that we played Tranmere, and they just got promoted from the non-league. Those are dreams. Southend beat us in the League Cup not so long back. It's one of the most monumental days the Southend fans have. That they went and beat a really big team. It's also a chance for us to maybe play some of the youth players. I don't know, man. It's such... I just can't get my head around it. I think I'm done. I just can't get my head around it. I've gone for way longer than I expected. Most of it eloquently put, to be honest. Doesn't matter who you support at the moment. We all got to defend the integrity of the game. And this is a major attack on it. And anybody who supports it, either delusioned or just completely wrong. That's how strongly I feel about it. If you think that this is a good idea, you just don't understand football. I'll try and get myself in a better state of mind as soon as possible. I feel good in myself. It's just that this news has taken me back a lot, and to see my room like this, to be this bare, to not it doesn't feel like it's got an identity. It just feels like a shell. I feel like a shell. I think Dion Dublin said in Match of the Day too, feels like the heart of football is just being ripped out. It feels like my heart's been ripped out. Heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. And the long pauses between what I say, they're not there for dramatic effect. They're there because I sometimes in my mind I can't process it. I struggle to process things anyway, but I can't process this. I hope we can look back on this and go, well, I'm glad that didn't happen. I really do hope that. If you're a supporter of one of these clubs like myself, and I don't know, you feel the same way, hit me up on Twitter. I can talk to you. Try and support each other through it, I guess. It just plunges people into depression, doesn't it? It's just I'm usually a really positive guy, and I've only had one really serious spell of depression in my life. Yeah, there's been swings, including this winter, but there was only one real spell of depression. I can't be depressed. Look at the position of the YouTube channel. I can't be that depressed. I always think positively, and the positive is this YouTube channel. But stuff like that just plunges you straight into it, and it's like, Even something as simple as, like, I had to shut the curtains to, like, control the lighting in here. And that was tough because it's like closing out light and... I don't know, man. You don't need to worry about me. I'm not going to do something stupid. Because for all my life, I'm going to fight like everybody should. Telling all the Twitter admins, I don't care. I don't care. The staff are as guilty as the owners if they don't take a stand on this. You voice your opinions. You tell them to fuck themselves, alright? You tell them to fuck off. Football is precious. I've seen how precious it is to people. It's precious to me. And I want to have memories in the future of Man United being good and deserving stuff. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer were making them head in the right direction, and I would have enjoyed to see him maybe lift the Europa League this season, maybe lift the Premier League in a couple of seasons' time if they got the right players in. Hell, we might not even see the Europa League now because we have just been thrown into the fire. Absolutely thrown into the fire. We are apparently not a part of the ECA anymore. Honestly, like, the FIFA stuff, the ramifications for the actual content, that's second thought for me at the moment. We'll always make YSL special, no matter what. It's just real life. It's look at the state of me on the fucking camera. Jesus Christ, I am a mess. I am very upset. Very upset. Yeah. It's got real. It has got real. Man United were relegated in the 70s. But it actually improved the football club. Actually made them head in the right direction. And he got promoted straight away. Finished third, top flight, the subsequent season. Won the FA Cup the season after that. Eventually got Ron Atkinson in the 80s, followed by Sir Alex Ferguson, and I mean, rest is history. Relegation is not a bad thing sometimes. Some clubs reinvent themselves. There's a restructuring, and they go again. And every single season, fans can believe that they're going to have a better season, which is it is the same in the Super League. Don't get me wrong in that aspect, but where's the joys gonna be when you can't suffer the lows? Where's the highs gonna be when you can't suffer the lows? There is a reason why NFL fans, maybe apart from the Buffalo Bills, are not as crazy, passionate as football fans, soccer fans. There's a reason. Because soccer fans just go through a lot more torment. But it makes the good of the sport so much better. You have to take your failures to really enjoy your successes. I've said what I've needed to say. I didn't really want, like I said, I didn't really want to be on video But this could give me a little bit more time to kind of digest it a little bit and make it not affect Youth Squad Legends as much as it would affect Youth Squad Legends if I sat down and recorded a video today. It just gives me a little bit more time to process it. And that's what I need. I need time. It's a morning process at the moment. It feels like the club's getting killed right in front of our eyes. I'm out of here. I'm gonna just take the day off now, okay? Anyone who's really affected by this, just stay strong and I know how you're feeling. Just more disappointed than angry, and I'm sure the anger I'm in them 7 stages of anger or so. I can't remember. There's like guilt and whatever. I don't know. I'm going through all the emotions. I love you guys. I really do, and I appreciate everything that you've done for me on this channel. And just because real life football isn't as great as what it used to be, doesn't mean that I ain't going to enjoy Youth Squad Legends any less. We're always going to be we're always going to have that emotional attachment because we've experienced what it's like to lose heavily in matches. I remember the Tranmere result. It's either Wimbledon or Harrogate, where we just got battered by Tranmere, and it was like, well, that's embarrassing. Big up everybody that hates this idea. Who understands how important football is. Everybody gains my respect. Jose Mourinho has been sacked by Tottenham, or he's walked away from Tottenham, and this should have been a glorious day for me because it was one of the reasons why I didn't really want. Well, I was considering not supporting Manchester United a few years back because that proved that the direction wasn't completely in line with the club's philosophies. Because Mourinho, Man United, it just didn't work out, and clearly it didn't. It was awful for the football club, which made me not like Mourinho. I didn't like him anyway. Let's be honest. But if he's walked because of this, because of yesterday's announcement and today's ramifications, fallout from it. If he's left, then I've just got respect for that. I got respect for that. Mourinho will not be a bad guy in my eyes. Mourinho will be one of the good guys, and that shows you how important this is, because before Sunday's announcement, my thoughts on Mourinho were very, very negative. But if he's genuinely gone because of that, my man, what a guy. What happens if FIFA hold on to this ruling that players won't play in the World Cup, and then everybody starts leaving Manchester United? Then there's really so little attachment to that football club, and then they move into a new competition. They potentially won't care about the Premier League. There's no identity, is there? There's just no identity. They don't have a clue what that club represents. Damn. You really do love a sport when it gets you like this. Damn. Alright. Yeah, I'm out. I'm out of here. I thought I was losing my love for football. But before this announcement, but seeing this announcement, I just realise how much love I've got for football because it is hurting me so much. And it's going to hurt so many more people, and it's just going to be terrible. I've been rambling on for nearly an hour. I'm going to shut the fuck up. I'd see you later, guys. You guys have a lovely day, as much as you can. Maybe even a lovely week. I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea how long it's going to take me to do this. But I will be back. This ain't going to stop me. I will be back. But I just need to digest it. See you later.